Has her physio assessment and now they've suspended him. Wasn't happy.
The fire truck.
Jazz is hypermobility, flexible. She does get fatigued. My legs are tired, my arms are tired. Good morning guys, welcome to today's video. I wasn't going to vlog today because I've got a lot going on, but I thought why not show you guys what happens in a day in my life. I'm trying to hide my messy room in the background. So today is, well, yesterday actually ended up being like, you know how we call ourselves like informal case managers, unpaid case managers, because of all the things that we have to manage for our kids. That's just now times 2 now because Jazz was just accepted onto NDIS, as I mentioned in my video yesterday. So we are navigating her plan now as well. And yesterday was spent full on talking to everyone, therapists, Jacob's school, Jacob's transport, all of those things, because there are a few issues that he was having with wearing his clothes on the bus. And now they've suspended him from the bus. So he no longer is able to go on the bus to school. I ended up crying yesterday because I was just so overwhelmed with talking to so many different people. I had organized for Jacob's OT to come this morning to the bus run to try and navigate situations and strategies that we can help him to get on the bus clothed. However, they suspended him. I was like, can you do one more day? Nope, we cannot. You need to figure out a plan, and then they can assess that plan, and then they can accept him back on the transport. So wasn't happy. Yeah, I just wasn't happy. So I spent the whole day talking to therapists and all of that, and I didn't get much work done, which I was hoping I was going to get a lot of work done yesterday. But Jacob's support worker did take him out, and he actually was really interested in the fire trucks, which I've never actually known about Jacob. So I'll put a few photos in there of what he did with her.
The fire truck. Truck.
Can't go there, that's too high.
Truck.
Look, there's a ladder like your bed.
You like the truck?
That's like your bed ladder, isn't it? You gonna walk around the other side?
This isn't sponsored or anything. I just wanted to show you guys this product has been so good for my skin. Super Sun sunscreen. I've had a very up and down relationship with my skin and really scared to try new products, but this has been so good. Anyway, today Jazz has her physio assessment to assess her hypermobility and how it's affecting her life. And so she's going to preschool, and then I'm going to pick her up from preschool to go to that appointment. And Jacob has OT still this morning to sort of navigate that clothing situation. So come join the ride. Not gonna lie, it is a long time later, probably like a week later than I filmed this video, and I still haven't given this update on Jazz's hypermobility and her physio appointment. I'm gonna be putting some film in of Jazz's joints as I speak through them. So in terms of hypermobility, there's something called the Baton scale, which scales how flexible your joints are out of 9. And Jazz ranks 9 out of 9. She is very hypermobile and very flexible, double jointed, whatever you like to call it. Hypermobility in itself isn't an issue until it's causing issues with other parts of her daily life. So things that we have seen ourselves, number 1 is fatigue. She does get fatigued quite quickly and quite easily, and she, especially if she's doing big activities or she goes to school and she comes back from school, she's exhausted. And for her age, she likes to keep up with her peers and she likes to do all of the activities that they're doing. And so what happens then is when she's at school and she's keeping up with all her friends, she comes home from school and then it's an emotional meltdown. I say meltdown loosely. I don't know if it's a meltdown, but it's very, very close to it. When you learn more about hypermobility, you learn that it can affect their emotional regulation, their sensory system, gut health, and the fatigue that I mentioned earlier. Now, Jazz has always been one that kind of in the middle of the day is always like, I'm really tired, my legs are tired, my arms are tired, my hands are tired. She'll say all these things, and as a parent, I feel bad that she had said these things in the past, and I just sort of thought, oh, she's just tired, you know. Little did I know that she said it way more than an average child would. So yeah, it turns out that hypermobility can affect a lot of areas of her life. And so when they do the Baton score, they checked all her joints. The main thing the physio wanted to highlight with us was that Jazz requires regular breaks from things. Even if she doesn't look tired, she does need to have breaks from activities. And this break may not look like a break to everyone else, but it just means her sitting down or lying down or doing something that's not standing up and doing active things. I watched a webinar from Katie from Ocean Kids Physio. I'll leave her link down below. She's, I think, down in Melbourne? Victoria, somewhere. I'm so sorry, Katie. I'll leave it down below, but she's fantastic. She has got a lot of information on her Instagram page, but also they did a webinar specifically on hypermobility, and it just opened my eyes to this new world. We still don't know whether Jazz is autistic. However, I really don't think so at the moment, because hypermobility kind of answers all of the queries that we had, like in regards to Jazz's sensory difficulties. That is very much linked to hypermobility. It just all makes a lot more sense now that we've got this answer. And now we're just sort of navigating. She got NDIS funding, so we had a physio assessment, and we are going to be doing occupational therapy and physiotherapy with her, and just navigating life with hypermobility. In regards to her dancing, she ended up really not liking going to dancing. I think she would get really tired. She'd say her legs and her feet would hurt too much. And although I told her you can just do it and then have breaks in between, I think that she felt like she was behind if she did that in her class, and she just really did not feel like going back next year, and I'm not going to force her. So we're not doing dancing next year, but she loves swimming, and what do you know, that's completely the best activity for hypermobility, because it releases all the weight of all the joints and she doesn't feel any of that pressure, which makes me really happy, because there's something that we can do, an activity that we can do that keeps her fit and healthy, but also doesn't cause her pain or anything like that. The physio mentioned that she might need orthotics when she's a bit older, but to make sure that she's wearing sand shoes or like heavily supported sandals, just because her feet are kind of flat and they can roll over very easily. She's highly susceptible to like sprains and rolling and the slipping of joints. When Jazz was younger, there's been like 3 times over her life that she has hurt her arm, and she doesn't want us to touch it. She will not use it, and she's just like, it's like dead weight arm. And I actually think it kind of slipped out of place. Maybe one of the times it slipped out, and since then she's been very scared of it happening again. The last time it happened, we got an x-ray and it was all fine. So I think that is what's happening with her. Let me know if you have any questions down below regarding Jazz and her hypermobility. What is your experience with hypermobility? It's very commonly linked to autism, and yeah, I'm just learning so much. And if you guys want access to the Baton scale, you can do the Baton scale at home on your own. Obviously, it's better to have a physio do it for you, but you can definitely see if you have hypermobile joints or your child has hypermobile joints. I'll leave that link down below in the description. It is a week later, and I said I was going to do lots of videos in December, but life has literally gotten very chaotic, and I can't keep up. My to-do list keeps getting bigger and bigger, and I'm just like, I'm sure a lot of you could feel the same kind of pressure at Christmas time. In addition to that, Jacob is kind of struggling at school, is struggling when he gets home. He's seeing a lot of changes happen in his daily routine at school and at home because of the Christmas period and because of the holidays. Like today is his second last day of school, and I am very fearful of the school holidays, but trying to have a positive outlook on it, because if I don't, I might like burn out very quickly. So we're gonna take it one day at a time. And although I'm feeling very overstimulated already from the lack of sleep and the meltdowns that are ensuing because of all of these routine changes, I just need to take it one day at a time and take my own advice, really. Anyway, I hope you are all well and getting ready for Christmas and all of the good things that come with that. I'm gonna end this video here. My mind's in a million places right now and I'm like, should I talk about this? Should I talk about that? I'm gonna talk about that in the next video. Bye guys.